Nation.
SMD Law is the official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Check them out on the interwebs at smdalaw.com or at 866-529-3537. No matter where you are in the state of Michigan, Upper Peninsula, Lower Peninsula, it doesn't matter. They have an office near you. So whether you need to send a letter to an annoying neighbor, or you're a criminal and you need defense, maybe you just have problems with elder law, check them out, smdalaw.com today. The official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Call them first, then you act.
That's good. That's good.
No questions.
A little taller than the last guy that was there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Mike, go ahead.
I think it's about as good as he's going to get.
Kenny, Coach Izzo mentioned a moment ago that he's having you talk to a bunch of the guys about dealing with tickets, dealing with families, dealing with all of it. Everyone's this week's going to ask you about the on-court stuff. But how difficult is it when cousins and people that you supposedly have known your whole life come out and the tickets, that side of the game, and how that changes and affects this week?
Yeah, it becomes a lot more distractions off the court, really, and you never really realize it until you're there and you have, 80 text messages in your phone every morning you wake up, something like that. So as a team, we're trying to get all that handled, by today or tomorrow. So once we get there, it's nothing but business.
Kenny, before we get to this weekend, I just wondering what the last couple of days have been like for you after hitting that shot, kind of getting thrust in the spotlight. What has kind of all been a part of that?
It's been fun. Just kind of been enjoying my time. Really kind of live off that moment and let it soak in. But just like I said in the locker room after the game, we're back to work now. Today and yesterday we were back on the grind, trying to get ready for this next weekend. So. As much as you want to enjoy it, we're not done yet, so we kind of got to push on and keep going.
Kenny, over here, when you guys came back there tonight, that giant crowd and the president did that surprise you, and what did that make you guys feel like to see just kind of the reaction that everyone had from what you guys had done?
Yeah, none of us expected it to be as packed as it was here, and I think just that goes to a testament to how great Spartan Nation is, and why we always say it's the best fans in the world here. That was just incredible. They really had to open up the upper bowl for all the fans to fit in.
Kenny, being from Michigan, how much did you follow Izzo kind of growing up, and how special is it to be playing for him right now?
I've been a Michigan State fan pretty much my whole life. I think that's pretty well documented. And, this is just what you dream of as a kid, going to a Final Four and playing for the college that you've always rooted for. And, it's kind of hard to realize how special it is when you're here, but like when I signed here and after I'll leave here, it'll really soak in just how special it's been to be a part of this team and with my coach and teammates.
Kenny, you got more work to do. I guess you're trying to process one game at a time. You know there's a national title. How do you guys remain focused on the one game at a time strategy that you guys have taken pretty much the last couple of months when stakes get this high?
Everything, you want to play for the national championship, but you're not going to get a chance to unless you get past Saturday and Texas Tech. So all of our focus right now is on Texas Tech, and that's the only team we'll be studying for a majority of the part, and just kind of trying to make it past that first game to make it to the national championship game.
Kenny, you mentioned how you grew up a Spartan fan, and your parents, you had chances to go get a scholarship at other places, but they said, no, we'll take care of it if that's your dream. And you walked on here, and now you have the scholarship. Is it a little different because your parents were financially invested in it to share it and to share this dream with them because they were such a huge part of it early on, supporting your dream?
Yeah, absolutely. My parents were the best you could ask for when it came to my recruiting visits and everything. And I kind of made it harder on myself when it came down to actually choosing a place for the financial reasons, but just everything they've done for me throughout my entire life, really. Once I got to finally see them on the court after the game was when I finally started crying, and it was just real emotional just to have them along for the ride this entire time. They're going to be there in Minneapolis too, so family is a big part of my life, and it always will be.
Kenny, right here. Tom talked about the importance of winning a second national title for himself and his goals, but for also helping the team push their personal goals forward. What is that like for you to be in this position and to maybe help Tom realize his own personal goals while he helps you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we all have that goal right now. You know, it's one whole program driving in one direction. So just to have our coach say that, you know, it's that much more motivation, and I know that he's going to be working his butt off, doing everything he can to get us ready for the game. So I think that just really shows you how driven this entire program is, top down, from coaches all the way down to our managers, secretaries, whoever you want to call. You know, we're all pushing for that end result.
Kenny over here. I guess I'm just curious because Texas Tech plays a pretty sort of unique style of defense. How much does having the whole week to prepare for them help? And then kind of what do you see from them that maybe you can draw on other games that you guys have played this year?
Yeah, they're a great team in general, but their defense is pretty aggressive, I would say. And just being able to see it and hopefully practice it to a certain extent will get us prepared so we can limit our turnovers, get the best shot available. And we haven't really looked at what plays are going to work that best yet. Today is really how we're going to break it down in practice. So we'll see. You know, it's going to be hard to mimic though with the scout team and whatnot because it's so like abstract, really.
Kenny, I was also going to ask about the defense. When you look at the film and you look at their tape against Michigan and other teams throughout the season, what is the number one thing that they do defensively that makes them unique?
I would just say, honestly, just the fact that each one of their defenders is a kind of lockdown defender. They got great help side defense, but at the same time, they're pretty much one-on-one. It's like an NBA mixed with a college type defense. It's weird, to say the least. So we're going to have to keep moving bodies, keep moving screens and stuff like that, just really try and confuse them on the backside while they got the help side kind of focus on the ball.
Hey, Kenny, sorry I stepped out for a second if anybody asked you this, but when you got your scholarship, can you take us back to that day and what happened, how it happened? Did they do it? You know, we see these videos of people doing crazy stuff when to surprise you or anything. Was there anything special like that, or just take us back to that day and the emotions when you got that?
Yeah, it wasn't like one of them huge reveals in front of the team or anything. It was, I think it was just me and our 4 coaches in Coach's office. They called me in, and I didn't know what it was about, but you know, they told me we're giving you the scholarship, the last one we have, and I remember kind of remaining calm. I couldn't stop smiling. That was one thing, but you know, as calm as I could be in the meeting. And as soon as I got out, it was like right outside by the Magic Johnson statue. I just sat down and started crying. And once I regained myself, I called my parents, and those were the first people I told. And just their reaction, my dad's reaction, you know, it just seemed like it was a relief, you know, because it had a full effect on my family, really.
Okay, right here. Excuse me. In a conference call yesterday, Tom was talking about some teams are just sort of happy to be there. I can probably assume what you're going to say, but do you get that sense at all that this team will you have to worry about that with this team in terms of just being content with getting to a Final Four?
No, I feel like, especially in these last couple of months, we've done a really good job of, you know, living in the moment, living up the excitement of everything we've achieved, but getting right back on the working path as soon as we move on. You know, like I said to someone else, we enjoyed this last day or two, whatever, but as soon as we got back in the gym last night, 3 or 4 o'clock, we were right back focused, ready for the next challenge. So I think we're still pushing forward and still ready to keep getting a win.
Anything else for Ken?